Hello from HW Group. Welcome to our training about IP Watchdog Series 2 products. Basically, we are talking about these two products. It's a version light and it's a version industrial. And in this video, we will talk more about features, possibilities, how to use it in your project, and anything else. So let's start today. Agenda we will talk today is about the device generally. Who needs this product, because this is not automatic and not everyone use it. There are 5 methods of failure detection. We will talk about them in details. Why 2 different IP Watchdog devices? Because we have a blue version in metal housing, which is easy to use with 12 volts and with the basic kind of applications. And we have second version, which is industrial, which is also serial port for some machines, which has also outputs for 230 volts, and so on and so on. So why 2 different kind of devices? IP Watchdog Lite and industrial. That IP Watchdog is basically standalone monitoring product, and what does it mean? And basically, in fact, we can use it with the technology portal. Okay, Watchdog means autonomous restart. Autonomous restart is something that even there is something happening, you don't have to do it manually. Of course, you can connect to the web interface and make a click all the time. But basic idea of the Watchdog is that it will automatically identify the situation when something has to be restarted. So the defect not working can be defined somehow, and we basically restart the device by switching the power off and on again. So autonomous restart means basically you don't even know there's something happened and there was something wrong. Generally, let's talk about the IP camera, which can be powered from 12 volts, like you can see on the scheme. We can restart it if there is no ping answer. So basically, if you cut off the camera or switch off the cable or damage it or anything else, this can be identified by simply pinging to the IP camera, and we can switch off the power and try to restart it in this way. There is typically restart if there is no answer in certain period. We can detect if there is no web answer from the web interface. So basically, we can define the moment like the web server does not reply on defined address, basically 404 page not requested, and or page doesn't work. In the industrial version, when you need to analyze some kind of machine, it's quite typically that you restart in case of serial port is not sending you a data. So there is a RS-232 input, and you can analyze this incoming serial data. And of course, most common used functionality is to restart something manually from its web interface. Good. So from the business point of view, who needs this product? Someone who has unstable something in the system. Unstable means, yeah, sometimes something wrong happening. So this is typically a customer which has already a system, and sometimes the system doesn't work. This product is not designed for new projects, because you never need new projects, or you don't want to have some instability in your system by design. But this can be kind of solution in case you have troubles. In the past, the main usage was to detect if there is a connectivity to a certain place and switch on the backup router, backup LTE router in case of the fiber optics connectivity is over or something like that. Still, of course, you can use it for this application, but it's not the main usage anymore. Today, typical customer has 3, 4, 5 different systems all together, and it somehow happened that one of them stuck, and then the whole system doesn't work or is in strange situation, and that's typical situation why you need IP Watchdog today. Main benefit of this product is that you don't have to know that there is a problem, and it will be fixed automatically, autonomously. And that's why people are using this product. Fine, 2 different products. Light version is cheaper, of course. Industrial version has some nice features, like it can be easy montage to the DIN rail because of the backside click system. There is a power output for 230 volts and 16 amps, or 110, of course. There is the serial port for the RX data, so basically incoming data from serial port, and we can check the product on the this on the comparator on our website, and that's what I would like to show you today. How does it basically looks on our website? So if you go to our website and check the product like this, you can go down, and here on the bottom there is this compare IP Watchdog products. So if you go there, this is comparator. Here you see both products, and you can see exactly where the difference is. So basically, as we said, the difference is of course in the type of output, 230 volts or DC. The definition is by serial port, and that's basically all. So here on this comparator, you can see that here are two serial ports, there is no serial port, and so on. So that's typical way how to compare these two products between each of them. Fine. Let's start with easier version, IP Watchdog 2 Lite. Basically, there is a metal housing, so it can be placed to 19-inch rack easily. There are two outputs. Each one is for DC low voltage, so up to 50 volts. And there are 4 methods of failure detection. It's cost-effective version. Here you can see the power input. Of course, there is a terminal block plus barrel connector. Yeah, this is the outputs on the other side. You can choose if the output should be under voltage on default, or if it have to be manually started, and so on and so on. These are the basic features of the product. So first, we have 2 relay outputs, local relays. There can be remote relays. This means you can have a Damocles device, for example, from HW Group, and this device is something like VDO, virtual digital output. So it's in the second room or something like that, and you can switch on alarm on the front desk or something like that. Next part is basically how many of something. So how many SNMP traps you can send, how many email recipients can be there, and how many recipients by the SMS alerting or call alerting. For alerting, this is quite important. Alerting is one of the part of the system. So first, you can restart something, and second, you need to send information about this. And this is something which you would like to be alerted even after 5, 6, 7, 10 years, and you would like to have a long-term reliable system for that. So alert is crucial part. You can alert by the SMS alert through the something we call SMS gateway. Basically, it's the box you connect with the IP Watchdog through the network, and this box is able to call you, or this box is able to send you SMS if there is something wrong. Good. And then we can talk about the email alert. Trouble with email alert is there are several ways how to send email alerts. First one, and one of the most popular, is to use public SMTP server. So you create the end user account on something like the gmail.com. Then you pretend your device is this gmail.com email client, and sending through this Gmail these emails. Doesn't matter if we are talking about GMX, Gmail, Yahoo, whatever. Trouble of this public SMTP server is this is not long-term reliable, because these SMTP servers need to protect themselves against spam all the time. So this method was good in 90s, not today. Something else is if you have in your company your private SMTP server in the company, then someone takes care about that, and it's fully under control of your IT. Why not? Third option is that this device is restarting locally, but it's connected to the SenseDesk based portal. It can be either hw-cloud.com or sensedesk.com or any third-party portal. We have many of these portals available on the SenseDesk technology. And this portal can get this information from this device and send you this email. This is a different story because in this case, it's a long-term reliable way how to send alerts. Fine. So what I want to say is never use public SMTP server. Please never send emails through Gmail. It's not long-term reliable. In fact, it worked today when you click the test. Doesn't mean it will work tomorrow, neither after 6 or 7 years. Fine. As I said, no Gmail. Good. One of the benefits the cloud is that the cloud is able to inform you even about the fact that IP connectivity to the watchdog or it's not working. So either watchdog is switched off or either connectivity doesn't work. So it's second backup, but it's not so much use case for the watchdogs. And you can have a graphs when it was restarted and so on and so on. Fine. Big brother is IP watchdog industrial. The difference is that ping, incoming and outgoing, and web is still the same, but there is also RS-232 as a bit old technology, but still working one. So this serial port can be used for detect if there are coming some incoming messages. This is the scheme how the product works. Basically, you can see here are the standard standalone monitoring, either email directly from the device, even the XML or protocol from the device itself. And this is something we can use without the portal. This is the second option. Yes, no public SMTP server. Use the HWG Cloud as a free service for email alerting. Okay, the basic thing why you are buying this stuff is I would like to restart something. So how to do that? In configuration per channel, you can see that this is the option how to configure it. Incoming ping, outgoing ping. Web page means this device is server and something is requesting page from this device, or opposite. So this device is requesting website of your device and analyze like that if it's working, and requested serial port string. Last one is manual control, because still this is one of the most popular ways. Okay, manual restart is simple. You simply click, one click, and remote restart is there. Fine. So this is the way how to do it. Second part of this video is the guide through the web interface of the product. Be happy to see it, but now in this moment I don't want to waste your time with that. Okay, bit details about the web interface. I can do manual restart. I can set up each channel. I can define the device mode where I connect virtual outputs, and this one device is analyzing and saying yes, do the restart to the other device. Yeah, serial ports, SNMP and SNMP traps, and email TLS and test, because one of the main things is you need to test it before you keep the things installed and go home. Fine. SMS gateway we discussed already, and how to connect to the portal. Of course, there's a changelog where you can see what's happening and when something was restarted. Fine. One of the most popular questions about this product is, okay, you have here this strange 2 banks of the outputs. How should I wire it? What does it mean, PO1 and PF2? So basically, this means a low voltage connectivity. How to wire the power. You can choose if there will be in default switch on power or switched off power. So PO means power on. So if it's not powered in reset state, it's default way which is most common. So you click double pin between PO and GND. PO means power on or plus, of course, for 12 volt or 24 volts. PF is opposite, and it means powered in reset state only. This means, for example, when you need to send energy to some mechanical something which will make a restart by pushing the button or by something else. It's not so common situation. Yes, there are 2 physical outputs, and we can have more outputs through the virtual digital output. You can see it on the website. Fine. Virtual digital output is something where the physical relays on the watchdog are not enough, so you need more of them. So VDO can be connected over the network, and you can have there up to 10 remote virtual relays. This is how to set up it through the web interface, and here you can see that there is 101 output, and you define which IP address and which output it is. Fine. And there is detailed output setup for that. This is about the video. If you need that, there are several devices you can use. Either any Poseidon device, either any Damocles device can be used as a remote relays you can control by video. If you need in your setup or in your system something bit more, so let's say you have a 2, 3, 4, 5 sites, and you need this restarts on more sites, please consider Portal. It's much more easy to log into one place and to reset everything from one place than to go through the 5 different IP addresses or 15 different IP addresses. So the Portal can be a good way. This is the Portal. You can use either HWG Cloud, which is for free and provided by us as a manufacturer, or you can go through paid Portal. SenseDesk can give you several features, but there are options for the free version or paid version. Let me remind, we have many third-party portal providers which has their own portals. That's typically our distributors or our technology partners in some countries. Fine. You can have a graphical graph per each output. You can have a history overview in PDF reports. You can see the current states in your mobile app, which is useful. And you will be informed by email if there's something happened or if something was restarted. Email from the portal, SMS from the portal, voice call from the portal, or from the SMS gateway standalone, up to you. Fine. PVDO is a horrible shortcut, but basically it means portal virtual digital output. So this is the case where you need to control any output device through the portal. So you can see there is also something we call SD out or NB out. So even devices connected to LTE or GSM network. This device is part of whole ecosystem because we in Harvey Group has a complete system and we are happy for that. So our complete remote monitoring ecosystem is based on several components. On the input there is sensor, even it's not case of IP Watchdog. Then there are devices, several of them. Then there is different kind of connectivity, either network, either LTE, either Wi-Fi, either NB-IoT, which is special dedicated network from your cellular operators. There is software like the SNMP or SCADA, so it's easy to be connected to your current existing system, or there is a portal available. And as a benefit, you can get alert, you can get user management or device management, you can have a SNMP API or XML API, even through the portal, even from the device. It depends. So basically, all together, it's working like the ecosystem. So you can see how it looks like with the graphs when it's something was restarted and when you see it in the list. And this is the summary of the features you can have from the portal. So the portal, even for free, because we are talking about Blue HWG Cloud, you can get device management central, reliable email alerts, graph with one value per graph, simply control remote button to restart, so you can connect several devices and from one place, with one login page, you can restart all the outputs. You can have a central dashboard and you can have a device invalid alarm. So in a moment there is no connectivity for longer than something like 1 hour to this device, you will be informed about that situation. Mostly it's outage either of the power or of the connectivity. And on SenseDesk.com, or basically paid portal, it can be several of them. You have a full user management, means several people are authorized. People from one city are authorized to work only with devices with certain city, and with people on other location are authorized to work with other location. You have there as a part of the user account, you have SMS or voice call alerting. Voice call alerting is useful even today because if you have the bunch of guys on the white car going on the service remotely, they have with them only simple telephone with the SMS and with calls even up to date. You have many graphs and long-term history, mobile app, reports, so you can easily report to your customer, yes, we take care about your system, and there is many open API for whole devices there, so it can be easily connected to SAP or to network management system or something else, as we call it umbrella software. It's not only Census.com, it can be many portal providers. Check their list on the HW Cloud main page. And that's all today from the HWG Watchdog products. Let me remind you the website where you can find much more about this product. There is even the online demo. And if you click here on the online demo, you are on the main page of the product, and it looks like this. So that's again all from Prague today, and have a great day.